Good morning everyone. Today we are going to do Civic Standard 6. Topic is Chapter 10, that is Rural Local Self-Government, that is the continuation of this chapter. Now, rural local self-government is the management of local affairs by such local bodies who have been elected by local people. So, we are going to study further about it. Now we will look into the second point, that is Gram Panchayat. I have earlier talked about the village level, which consists of three main bodies: Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and Nyaya Panchayat. Now we are going through Gram Panchayat. As we have completed Gram Sabha, now we are continuing with Gram Panchayat. Members are elected for a term of 5 years. Children, remember, here the members are elected for the term of 5 years. And then seats are also reserved for the people who belong to ST and SC. Now, who are SCs and STs? First of all, let us understand that part. Now, SC are the people, are the ones who were previously untouchables. Okay, previously they were untouchables, means people never used to touch them according to Hindu mythology. Now, on the other hand, you will see scheduled tribe. They are community of people who lived in tribal areas. Like tribal areas means forest areas, and they make up 7 to 8 of Indian population, 7 to 8%. So their population is 7 to 8%. Coming to the next point, we can see that seats are reserved for women. Now for women, some seats are reserved for them. Chairperson heads the Gram Panchayat. Now who is the head over there? He is called Pradhan or Sarpanch. He only heads the Gram Panchayat. He is the chairperson. So these all points we need to keep in mind of Gram Panchayat. Yes, these cannot be said as compulsory function. Compulsory functions of Gram Panchayat will be reading in the next slide. With the help of some pictures, I want to make you understand what are the compulsory functions of Gram Panchayat. Now let us look these pictures carefully. The first picture, this shows that it provides primary education, the first compulsory function, which is very important, children. Without education, we cannot imagine our life. Then comes, you can see in the second part, you can see a farmer. So, providing farmers with better seeds and fertilizer. This also is a function of Gram Panchayat, that is compulsory. These all they have to do. Then providing clean drinking water and maintaining well, tanks, all these related to whatever is related to water. And they should take care that they get clean water to drink. Because just because of this, what happens? If they don't get so, they'll become ill and they'll be prone to diseases. Okay, now comes the fourth part, that is the last photo you can see. Here you can see health facilities are being provided. So they run health centers and immunization programs. What is immunization? Now giving vaccines and all. Every vaccine is required, like chicken pox vaccines are also there, different vaccine, pneumonia vaccines are there. So these all vaccines are given to the ones who require them. So these are specially free of cost. They don't take any charges because they know their people are illiterate also, and they don't have so much money to pay because they live in village. So these all conditions they improve over there. Then you can also include one part which I have not given here, that maintaining roads and street light. That also you can write. Now some optional functions are also there children, which I have not mentioned over here, but you can write that they organize village markets and sometimes sports events are also organized by them. Then they plant trees and they attend to all the minor irrigation problems. Now what is the meaning of irrigation problems? Irrigation is actually an operation of causing water to flow over land for nourishing plants. For nourishment of plants, that is done. So these all things this Gram Panchayat take care of. Some are optional but some are compulsory. That you need to take care of, which are compulsory functions, because it can be asked and it is very important point. Children, as I have already gone through two parts, that is Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat, only one was left in the village level, that is Nyaya Panchayat. So three bodies will be completed after doing this, that is Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and Nyaya Panchayat. So let us see what is Nyaya Panchayat. Nyaya Panchayat, where the very term it indicates, in Hindi we say Nyay, means justice. So Nyaya Panchayat is a local court where people go for asking justice. And what does it do? It settles the minor disputes. If small disputes even arises for any cause, Nyaya Panchayat settle them out. Now, one Nyaya Panchayat is there for number of villages. Only one Nyaya Panchayat is there and number of villages are there. So, only one Nyaya Panchayat, it handles all the minor disputes of people and try to give them justice. Members are elected by Gram Panchayat. Now, the members of Nyaya Panchayat, they are elected by Gram Panchayat. And the last point is, a member of Gram Panchayat cannot be the member of Nyaya Panchayat at the same time. Now remember children, a question can be asked from here, that can a member of Gram Panchayat be the member of Nyaya Panchayat at the same time? The answer will be no, because a member of Gram Panchayat cannot be the member of Nyaya Panchayat at the same time. Children, here we come to an end of the Nyaya Panchayat. We can also see some of the functions are also there of Nyaya Panchayat. We'll do it in the next class from there. So the block level, the district level, the state governments and Panchayati Raj, that part we will do in the next class. Till then, you will revise whatever has been taught to you and try to solve the question answers and go through the entire chapter nicely, because any internal question can be asked. What are the functions of Nyaya Panchayat? Now we'll look into the functions. That is, a Nyaya Panchayat can impose fines if something wrong is there, if something criminal, if any criminal case comes or something comes, then these Panchayat can only impose fines, but it cannot sentence a person to jail. It is not expensive, it is inexpensive, very cheap. So disputes are dealt in very swift manner in it, and a person can appeal to higher court if the person feels that that person did not receive any justice. So that person can go to higher court, can appeal there if he or she feels that he did not get justice over there. And these are very inexpensive. So these were the functions of Nyaya Panchayat. Now before starting this slide, let me just go into little rewind and explain you that we have already done the village level. Now we are moving on to the center level, that is block level. And what is the composition of block level? It is district is divided into development blocks. A block samiti works as an essential link between gram panchayat and zilla panchayat. So it is you can say it works as a link between both of them, and these members are elected for the term of 5 years. Remember children, they are also having the term of 5 years. Members of state legislature and members of parliament are elected from this block only, that is from block level only. Members of state legislatures are also made and members of parliament are also made, that is they are elected from there. And the seats are also reserved for women of SC/ST like scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And members of the block samiti elect a chairperson and a vice chairperson. So these members only, the members of the block committee only, they only elect chairperson and vice chairperson. And a chairperson is also known as block pramukh, and that block pramukh is responsible for day-to-day working of that block. So he has to be very responsible. So people choose like that so that they can receive or get what actually they want to. Now all the plans of the block samiti are implemented, they are put up with the help of block development officer. So until and unless the block development officer does not agree, so what happens, these plans do not implement, it do not work, we cannot make the plans come into force. So all the plans are implemented with the help of block development officer, that is also called as BDO. That person is responsible for the whole block. Now in this slide we'll study the functions of the block level. Now a block samiti also makes plan for the development of the block, whereas you can see the experts, some are there which are also known as extension officers. They help villagers. How they help? The expert in agriculture, they advises the villagers regarding the seeds, which to use, which not to use, the better variety of seeds, then pesticides for killing the insects and all, new methods how to cultivate, and everything related to fertilizers and all. So they all give that knowledge, the expert in agriculture. Then breeding of cattle also you can see over here. So breeding of cattle are also there. Then how to maintain the cattle. Then they also organize literary that is literacy programs, how to literate people, how to give them education. So these educational experts, they come, they organize that program. Then guidance is also given on health care, how to maintain health, how to keep good care of your health. Then family welfare is also provided, based on family also advices are given. So the main head, or you can say the one who has done experts, you can call them experts also. Experts, they give guidance on health, experts come for the literary programs. Then breeding of cattle, maintenance of them, okay. And then experts in agriculture, they advise the villagers regarding their seeds and methods of cultivation and so on. So these are the functions of the block level. Now before starting the district level, let me remind you, we have completed the village level, which is the structure of Panchayati Raj system. We have completed the village level. In village level, under that we have done Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and Nyaya Panchayat. Then we have come to the block level. where we have read about the composition and functions. Now we will be starting with the district level. Now this district level, we can see it is the highest body of Panchayati Raj system. High level officials like district collector, superintendent of police, they are there for the development of the rural areas of whole district. Then district collector, superintendent of police, district judge, these are you can say different officials, high level officials are there. They function from the district headquarters, and the Zilla Parishad is responsible for the development of the rural areas of the whole district. They are only responsible for it, Zilla Parishad. So they are the highest body of Panchayati Raj system. Here in this slide we will see what is the composition of the district level. Now in district level, it comprises of chairpersons or block pramukhs, you can say, of block samitis, then member of state legislature. State legislature means Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, both comes under state legislature, and members of parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So these members of state legislature and members of parliament, that composition is there. Then seats are reserved for women and people belonging to SC and ST. You will see this point is very common in every composition. So seats are always reserved for women and people, those who belong to the SC and ST, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. The members elect a president. You can see here the members of this district level only, that is Zilla Parishad, they only elect a president and a vice president from among themselves only. So this is the composition of district level. In the previous slide, children, we have learnt about the composition of the district level, that is the Zilla Parishad. Now we are going to learn about the functions. The Zilla Parishad helps the Gram Panchayat and block samitis. So this is the first and foremost thing the Zilla Parishad do, it is to support Gram Panchayat and block samitis. Then it informs the state government of the work. Whatever the work is done by Gram Panchayat and block samiti, that is informed to the state government by Zilla Parishad. It maintains law and order, land records, and collects land revenues, or revenues you can say. So it maintains the law and order, it sees all the land records, they collect all the revenues. So these all things Zilla Parishad, they all maintain. Now on the basis of the plans prepared by block samiti, now whatever plans have been prepared by block samiti, the Zilla Parishad makes a plan for the whole district. Now they do prepare a plan, but the Zilla Parishad makes a plan for the entire district. It advises the state government on matters related to the. Now the Zilla Parishad only, they advise the state government on whatever development they feel like that it should be done. On that matters, they give advice to the state government that this should be done. So these are the functions of the district level. Now in a sum up, we learn about state governments and Panchayati Raj. So these state governments, they formulate rules, they make rules and regulations regarding whatever functions they need of Panchayati Raj system, whatever functions they feel like of which system, Panchayati Raj system. Now they work towards the development of Panchayati Raj system. They think that smooth work should be done. For what? For the development of Panchayati Raj. Then the state government provides grant to Panchayati Raj system. So these state governments also provide them, some grants are there, some leaves are there which they provide to Panchayati Raj system that they can do this part. Then you can see the state government also have the power to dissolve a panchayat. Now if suppose they are not working nicely, if the panchayat is not working nicely or it's not functioning properly, then the state government, that much power they have in their hand that they can dissolve it, means they can remove it because they are not functioning properly. So that function should go on very smoothly for the good running of the Panchayati Raj. Now in a country like ours, the role of Panchayati system is very important because all the problems, whatever needs are there for the local people, that can be addressed through that, and this thing will help to bring a change, that is a social change, that is with a whole. You cannot count everything individually, but we have to consider it as whole, and then only we can prosper in our life, in our nation wise we are talking here, because these rights and duties and everything we taken together as a country, not only we single self but every local self government we are talking about, they have these kinds of functions. So that's why there is need for local self government.